Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Blue Chat. It's a lovely Tuesday afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States, and we're joined by Agent of Doubt and Kevin Logan, both of whom of YouTube fame. Sorry we're getting started a little bit late. Had some technical difficulties, but all's well that ends with the broadcast. So here we are, guys. I don't really want to take up too much of the broadcast because we are starting a little bit late. But just to set a little bit of background, Agent of Doubt put up a video on not his main channel, another channel that some of us old timers will recognize, the Ponage All Stars, and it had a response of sorts to an inaction/action that had been taken by Jenny McDermott, and it was kind of. I guess, as Mike describes it, a necessary consequence of that inaction. So I don't know. I guess I'll give it to you. You can describe it in your own words. So why don't you go ahead?
Me? All right.
That's you, sir.
Yeah, that video was a response to people saying that the leaked information that came out from the hacking of Justin Templar's account showed that I was colluding with him to drop Jenny McDermott, and those people knew what the contents were, and continued to lie about it and say that it showed that I was dropping Jenny McDermott. I heard this multiple times in videos that were sent to me, and I got tired of it, and I said, you know what? I will clear my name and show my entire side of that chat log. And if you don't want me to, you can just retract what you're saying and quit saying that I colluded with Justin Templar to dox Jenny McDermott. And I gave some time, and not only did they not retract, but they actually goaded me into posting it by saying if I was truthful, I would have already done it. And so I did.
Yeah, but the problem you have is, you're asking for benefit of the doubt in terms of being a doxer, even though you've done this in the past. So, sorry, my cat's now squeaking at me. Fuck off. Given that you've doxed in the past, why would anyone, having seen those chat logs, assume that you weren't actually colluding? Because you at no point say, this isn't cool, Dirk, fuck off, or something like that, which I think a normal person would probably do.
No, actually, I went over to her channel and left some comments that were cryptic and talked about some of the things that he was sending to me and tried to warn her, and look what I got for that. I got bit on the hand.
True, but you did this to a degree with me as well when you said that a British follower of yours had sent you my docs. You said that 2 days ago. Now, what is it about your channel and the culture you've built around your channel that attracts these people that want to send you people's private information? What is it about that, Michael? Is it the fact that you've disseminated that information in the past?
If we
that maybe they know you're friendly to that?
If we could back up a little bit on what Kevin just said. Now, Michael, maybe you could give the fuller context of what his comment was. Are people sending you Kevin's docs?
I don't know. I know that they're sending me information gotten from a voter registration log in the UK, some of which say something that matches the things that I know about Kevin, and some of which say that he lives across a body of water from that.
So what are they sending you, like scans or pictures or what?
That and just typing it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, like I say, I think it's rather telling that these people tend to have gravitated towards you, given the fact that you've disseminated information in the past.
I don't think it's telling at all. I think that it's more.
It doesn't happen to me. I don't have people contacting me with your fucking address.
People here on YouTube, if they see that there's a drama happening, they go find some dirt and they try to feed ammunition to each side.
Oh well, I don't get people contacting me with your information or Greyknight's information. Why is it that these people are contacting you with other people's information?
Because you mirrored a video from Laughing Witch that had a private conversation between me and Justin Templar. You know, that was something that was leaked out, and you know,
but I wasn't contacted about that. I decided of my own volition to mirror that video, and it was struck down, by the way. I've got that flag still on my channel, which is why I'm now on my backup channel doing this in the first place.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to point out.
Information that you mirrored, the one little frame that had me in it, had me saying, "Damn it! I wish I was home." You know, because this whole Hannibal thing went down, and I wasn't home to be able to watch it. I was actually at work, and here I am frustrated that, you know, things happen while I'm asleep or at work. That's all I said in that thing, and you made it out to be that I was part of some sort of conspiracy by including me with all the rest of that, and the way that you framed it.
Okay, well, actually, I didn't.
Hold on a second, guys. Just one quick observation. Frenemy of the show goes by the name of Aldous Valor. Had an exchange with you actually about this. That you had, just for having access to this Justin Templar doc dropping information, like that was the question that was put to you. Like, how have you gained access to this? And you said that it was just sent to you by an interested third party. If I'm paraphrasing you incorrectly, please correct me.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're saying that you have not participated in activities that would foster a culture of doc droppers wanting to approach you, don't you think that that's kind of evidence against that claim?
Well, it's not. It's private information as in a private conversation, but it doesn't reveal anyone's location. It doesn't reveal anyone's personal shit in that way.
Including it with everything else was to say that I was in collusion with all these people to dox people. And it was a very innocuous statement that I made, and it was just tossed in there to add my name to that drama.
Well, it's not adding your name to the drama. You've inserted yourself into all of this drama. You always do. And that's fine. You absolutely can do that. That's fine. But why would I give you or anyone else the benefit of the doubt on, oh, it's just an innocuous comment, when you have been involved in doxing in the past?
Well, if we're going to say that the characterization that we have from our previous interactions with people is important, okay, if you're going to go that way, then I would say, where were you when Jenny McDermott was doxing my girlfriend by putting out her Facebook, putting out a status update from her Facebook saying that there was construction near our house, then putting out maps of the construction in Denver, in the comments, or sorry, in the description box of her video, Occupy Fat Ass?
I didn't know that. Well, I haven't seen that. If you want to send me those screenshots,
she's
taking. Send me the screenshots of that.
The screenshots exist, but she was actually digging for my girlfriend's docs, and had a conversation with her, alleging that I was chatting her up. The same thing that she did to Armored Skeptic and Richard Coughlin. She told my girlfriend that I was having extensive conversations with her.
Well, I don't know, and I don't want to insert myself.
That all of 4 things had been sent to her, just like I showed in a YouTube video.
Well, look, I don't want to get into some drama between you and Jenny and your girlfriend and all of that. I'm not going to insert myself into that. If she said some shit, if she said some shit like that, that's out of order. But my point is, if you say that what she did, she actually did, and you know that to be wrong, why did you then do precisely the same to her by revealing her actual fucking address?
Because this person, just like ISIS hiding in a hospital and expecting people not to bomb it for their troops being in it, she was hiding behind her docs being there and thinking that I would never show that chat log. Because
but what you could have done would be the reasonable thing.
Hiding behind her own docs.
What you could have done was the reasonable thing of showing the exact same chat log, but with that information blacked out. It would still have shown that Justin Templar had her information and was trying to disseminate it to you, but without you then passing that on to your subscribers, which you did in a most cowardly way of putting it on your second channel because you knew it would be flagged, because you knew it was doxing.
I will agree that I put it on that channel because I knew it would be flagged.
So you're a fucking coward.
I disagree with what you think would be the pertinent course of action, because I put up those things unadulterated for a reason, because I didn't want anyone saying that they were doctored. And you could move that goalpost from that little bit of information that people are saying that I should have blurt out to say, well, I should have blurred out some car, and I should have blurred out this information, that information. I could have blurred out the whole thing, but it wouldn't have shown the horror of what was being sent to me, and me sitting on it and doing nothing except for trying to warn her and then getting bitten for it.
No, it wasn't trying to warn her. You were trying to threaten her. You were hanging it over her like the sword of Damocles. You will apologise and kneel at my feet, otherwise I will reveal your fucking home information.
I don't want a fucking apology for her for anything. I wanted a retraction, and I wanted her to quit lying.
Okay, a retraction then, whatever you want to fucking call it. Either way, you wanted her to bend to your will, otherwise you were going to reveal her home address. That's not a warning, that's a threat.
Well,
that's bullying.
What was the position I was put in? Just let her keep lying and saying that I was colluding to dox her?
No, you can. If she's lying about you, you can absolutely respond to that.
Goes up and down. You know, I've had this drama land on my channel more than once after saying goodbye. Right? Her and you have a habit of saying my channel name and then saying my real name, and doing that to anyone else you don't like. It's a very weird tactic that you use, but...
well, sorry, I'll call you Mr. Doubt in future, shall I? Or shall I call you Agent of?
To someone, I don't expect to hear my name come up in 5 different videos in a month.
But your name's Micheal Clifton on Facebook. Don't pretend like this is me dead naming you. Your name's Micheal Clifton on Facebook. I've seen you interacting with people under your real name. So don't act like the precious little snowflake here. That's ridiculous.
I'm not having to act. People can watch your channel and see every time that you say a channel name of someone you don't like, you follow it up with their real name, as if it gives you some sort of power, like you're going to say the name of God backwards.
Dog. Like what? No, but do you know what I mean? Like okay, I say the name, but the name's out there. Like I say Jenny McDermott's fucking real name because that's her channel name. Like your name's out there as well. I don't even know why you're picking up on that point. That seems such obvious, pathetic deflection away from the fact that you've been cowardly bullied. Jenny McDermott, whether she deserves it or not, 2 wrongs don't make a fucking right. That's the action of a 7-year-old.
Well, you know, I understand that maybe you follow the golden rule and you act as, you know, do unto others, but this is me dealing with someone who has already done to me and making sure that she can't follow me from this fight because I'm going to break her fucking legs. All right?
That's, okay, first let's not get into violent fucking metaphors. Don't get into violent metaphors here. This is bullshit on the internet. No one's breaking any fucker's legs, even though that's a metaphor.
Okay, but you recognize it as just a metaphor. Like, let's not get distracted by the language, guys.
Let someone follow you back from a fight, okay? And that's
okay. Okay. Well, if she jumps off a cliff, are you going to do that as well, Michael?
You know what? I would fucking probably hold her in traffic to get hit with the car with her.
I would suggest that you stop moralising on people then, and trying to pretend like you're the free speech guy, because you're fucking not.
I don't see how free speech has anything to do with that.
Well, no, you act as if, like, with your flagging thing, you try and act like the big moral superior dude, whereas you've been happy to dox people, and you were more than fucking... you loved getting involved in the whole laughing witch thing. You thought you were like fucking Woodward and Bernstein, some journalistic fucking trailblazer on that one. It was embarrassing for you.
I've heard that comparison a lot, that I'm not that. But
well, hold on a second. If I could just jump in here.
Why is it so hard for you to paint me as a horrible doxer? Why are you losing in the court of public opinion here, where I get many people commenting on my videos saying that, you know, if it happened to anyone else, this would have been wrong, but in this instance, you found a way to do this, and it was actually right. Why is it that I get a cavalcade of up thumbs and you don't?
If I could just jump in for a second here. One thing that I wanted to say, actually, it takes me for fucking ever to set up any of this shit. This is back when he said you were injecting yourself into the situation in reference to this particular drama. And I think that that's not accurate. I think that it's not accurate to say that, you know, Michael is acting in bad faith. that he's trying to drum up drama or he's trying to destroy Jenny McDermott. It's certainly not from the beginning. Like this.
No, I
is
don't
something
think.
that
I don't
Michael
think
tweeted.
he's. Just to clarify, I don't think he's trying to destroy Jenny McDermott.
Well, and certainly wasn't in the beginning. This is something that Michael tweeted out yesterday. I'm just, bringing it up now in case it slipped his memory. But this is an exchange that happened a year ago. I don't know about like the screenshot says 3 minutes ago, but this didn't happen 3 minutes ago. When did this? Oh, screenshot from 10/29. It helps if I could read. So this is last year, the end of October. And if anybody can't read it, Jenny McDermott says, "I think you have major anger issues and may even hurt women. It is the only way I can explain your behavior, the guns, the anger over being asked to remove a post, insisting on showing a location from Yelp even after I said it wasn't okay. I think you want someone to harm me. I think you hope some men show up and rape me. Is that what your end goal is? Do you even have one, or are you just following the money still?" And Agent of Doubt responds, "If the only way," in quotes, "you can explain my behavior is to paint me as you have here, then the hammer of radical feminism has become the only thing in your toolbox, and it has made all your problems look like nails. We've come to a point where you no longer have any confidence in the face of what I say. I'll let someone else step into the role of giving you advice or information. I hope for your sake someone you respect does. I'll not be giving you anything more that you can construe as originating from me. It would be silly of me not to protect myself from the possibility of you reporting me as a harasser by misconstruing any help I might offer you. As I've implored you to protect yourself, I'll go do the same. Again, have a nice life." So trying to disengage from this drama, at least as far back as the end of October of last year. Obviously making reference to previously trying to help her. I remember that even farther back than that, you had kind of a friendship, and when I thought Jenny was probably crazy and you should stop talking to her, I remember having a conversation with you about this, and you said, "Well, no, I'm still gonna try and do something there."
Great.
So, sorry.
Well, I have to say,
First of all, on the side of that picture, there was a picture that somebody else doesn't want out. And you kind of put it in the hangout. So don't open that picture anymore, because of this picture to the side, I don't think that you intentionally want to put that other picture out.
What was the other picture? I missed that.
That would be what's alleged to be Bewildered Ape's portrait.
Ah. So was that you putting out Bewildered Ape's portrait?
No, it's whatever's on his other account, whatever program he was using. The next picture to the side was something that somebody else doesn't want out. And I don't think he's intentionally doing that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Although I do have to say, Greyknight, I'm slightly perturbed, let's put it that way. I thought this was going to be like a one-on-one thing rather than a two-on-one situation. But anyway, that's slightly by the by. To answer the point before Greyknight interjected there about your slightly odd argument ad populum thing of why you get thumbs up and I don't.
Sorry, no, I'm hang on. If I could just respond to that, I didn't think that I was jumping in to do anything but raise a point that he had actually brought up yesterday, and I think and just try and move the conversation along. Like it looked like that had kind of fallen off. And as far as like
I don't think you were being out of order, but I found that slightly odd. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to hold that against anyone.
That image that was on the side, that this is all off of this is just your Twitter. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize I was doc dropping anybody by looking.
Well, Kevin had asked yesterday on Twitter, what did I expect him to get from that? I expected him to get, that was the point where I realized Jenny's idea of me was not anything that I hold myself to be. And Jenny's idea of me was like a stereotypical, like, extreme troll MRA, I guess, who wants women on the internet to be raped. And it was very strange to me getting that. I was like, whoa, that is such a 180 from the last That is crazy. You know, like, wow.
You broke up a little bit there, Mike.
Yeah, I missed that final sentence.
I was just like, wow. You know, that is wild to have that come to me in a.
It may seem wild in isolation there, that little screenshot. But what I will point out, and I'm genuinely not saying that you have that as an intention, but
I don't think anyone does.
Well, I don't think anyone. Well, outside of possibly Justin Templar, who's a fucking madman. But you have revealed the home address of a woman you know to have received rape and death threats on the internet. That doesn't put you in a good light. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and I did it to somebody who revealed the address of my girlfriend, having not known one thing about her.
So your argument,
Facebook, and then bad-mouthing her in a video, calling her fat.
Your argument, therefore, is that of a 7-year-old, that they started it.
No. My argument is that when you start out with someone, yes, maybe there's a common courtesy that you should have for people, but I have lost any respect for her previous to doing that, and she was hiding behind her own docs to say that I was conspiring against her. And clearing my name was way more valuable to me than any fucking letting that out would do.
You absolutely still could.
I didn't care one fucking iota about her. I wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire.
Okay, we get that, Mike. That's fine, and I think the feeling's very much fucking mutual, by the way. But you still could have cleared your name because you didn't receive the retraction you so desired. You still could have cleared your name whilst protecting her from the rapists and murderers you know, or the potential rapists and murderers out there that you know have threatened her.
Why do I want to protect her from anyone who's getting her information? What happened the last time I tried to do that? You know, I didn't get any fucking good from that.
Why? Hang on. So you think you should only act like a decent? You should only act like a decent human being when there's something in it for you, because that's not acting like a decent human being.
Human being to those people who don't fuck me over first. You know,
so
if you know
your argument is
fucking they're going to construe it free yourself. Yes.
That's the argument of a fucking child.
By your own fucking civility. Anybody fucking else in the fucking world.
You have shown yourself to be utterly lacking in civility. You have shown yourself to be utterly lacking in civility.
One at a time, guys.
I have the fucking docs of probably 200 fucking YouTubers and did nothing with it. I can fucking call up 50 of them off my phone, right? I'm not a fucking doxer who fucking uses people's information to make a point.
Well, that's interesting because
who will not fucking give any regard to Jenny McDermott after she fucking doxed my girlfriend and told her that I was fucking chatting her up.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay, her fucking tactics are fucking despicable. I don't fucking care what happens to her. I will fucking call out any lie she tells about me.
Right, that's an interesting way of doing it. Will you shut up? Will you let me speak?
Call it out.
Yes, you've repeated that 3 fucking times now. Let me speak. Right, your idea that because you have 200 ducks, but you've only revealed, say, 2 or 3. Well, there are 200 people I want to murder, but I only murdered 2 of them, Your Honour. Therefore, I should be let go. That's how you legitimise it in your head? Well, I could have ducked 200 people, but I've only ducked 3.
What's the difference with those other people? They didn't dox me first. They didn't talk to my fucking girlfriend and say that I was chatting them up. They didn't try to fucking destroy my life on my in real life side first. So I don't have anything to fucking gain by clearing my name against those other people either.
Yeah, and you could have still cleared your name. This is the point that's the crux of this. You could absolutely have cleared your name and called out Jenny as a liar and all the rest of it without revealing her home information. You could have done that. You chose not to do that. And it's not the first dox you've engaged in.
All right, I've told you that that's a shift in goalpost where, you know, every bit of the information that came from Justin Templar should have fucking been blurred out, if that's what you're saying. You can shift
not at all. I'm not shifting the goalpost because I didn't set up any fucking goalposts. You've set up the goalposts.
I'll put you to the comment that Jenny put on my fucking video where I put the ultimatum out. She said if I was honest at all, I would have already put it out. Knowing what's in there, she's still fucking hiding behind her own fucking docs to fucking lie about me.
Yeah, knowing what's in there, and you both knew what was in there, you were holding that against her. You were threatening her with it.
And she was betting on me bending to her fucking hiding behind her docs so that she could continue lying about me, which is not going to happen.
Okay, well, again, I point out that you have
all the fucking creepos out there trade it like a fucking trading card.
You really? That's what you're going with?
Really, she fucking put me in that position. Fucking, she can have Kiwi Farms and Baphomet all fucking day.
Okay, well, the internet, know this. If anything happens to Jenny McDermott, it's on this prick's head.
Well, let's try and like step back and get put a little bit of perspective on this, if I could, Michael, and then you can respond. Sorry,
what?
But I think he has a point, and other people have mentioned this as well as me, and I think it's only fair to bring it up, that if people are interested in having Jenny McDermott's personal information, her address, photos, information about where she has worked, or people who are associated with her, that's out there. You can find that information almost immediately. Like if you have any sort of determination to investigate this on any level, if people don't already have this information, if people are so inclined, they've got it.
You don't even have to be inclined. It can just fall into your fucking lap when you don't want it.
Well, and I think that's kind of Kevin's point, that you should perhaps have redacted that most accessible level of information, right? Like, it's literally her name. Like, you could use that as, you could just take a screenshot of that and print it out and use that as a label and get like mail to her. Like, literally that screen cap from what you have in your video. If you just redacted the name and that address, like, you could even just put black bars and right over the black bars with like white font, just like name in brackets, street address in brackets, town postal code in the final set of brackets. So you could even label all three of those redactions and have it be completely clear in the greater context of what you're showing in that communication with Justin Templer, what is there, while still from that most
I would say we're talking about one frame here with you, Gray. And if I were to blur out that one frame and repost all of those shots, say on my Twitter, I think that there would still be people saying, no, you really need to gray out this and blur out that, and basically adulterate the whole thing.
So I'm not sure that that's a fair. I'm not sure that's a fair thing to say. It sounds like you're assigning.
I did not even fucking examine the accuracy of any of it, because I don't care about the accuracy of it. I don't care about her after what she did to me. All I cared about was clearing my name with an unadulterated look at the entire fucking chat log. I didn't edit it fucking at all, and that was my point. Okay? If I could edit the graying it out and blurring out of whatever, you could say I could have left out some fucking things that I said.
Your obfuscations here are really disgusting.
I didn't fucking adulterate it one fucking bit, and that was the point of me putting it out that way. I used the least amount of time from my own life, because I've said fucking goodbye to her so many fucking times, and she still keeps my fucking name on her lips. All right?
So just to try and like...
I have no consideration for her whatsoever.
Just to try to move forward from like this memory game of what we knew then. If you knew then what you know now, would you have redacted those 3 lines?
No. I have no idea whether or not they're accurate. Those weren't even the only addresses in it. If you were to look even closer, there were pictures that had been sent that had other addresses. I didn't fucking measure or fucking fact check any fucking bit of what was sent to me in that fucking chat log. My only consideration was she said I was colluding to dox her, and I wasn't, and she kept lying about it, knowing what was fucking in it. All right? And fucking tweeting bits of it to try to make people look bad, right? Taking things out of context, fucking manipulating some of the fucking photos, and it's fucking obvious because there's more than one fucking timestamp on some of them. Like, one from me had 2 timestamps, and if it had happened from me, the timestamps were such apart the other person would have had to be in the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean because it was 3 hours apart from me.
Right,
So I know it was fucking doctored.
Right. Firstly, Mike, you don't know that it's her that tampered with those images. You have no proof of that. Secondly, your nonsense of I wasn't trying to collude in doxing her, and your evidence for this, or how you proved that you weren't colluding to dox her, was by doxing her. Well done, and a feat of such epic counterproductivity I've never seen in my fucking life. That's counterproductivity on an epic level. Well done. That's ridiculous. Yeah. And don't hide behind this cowardly shit of, oh, it might not have been her actual address. And you did this with the bewildered ape shit as well. I didn't dox him. I just led people all the way to his dox. It's so cowardly and pathetic. Own your fucking nonsense, mate.
I'm owning what I'm feeling here. I didn't check any fucking bit of it. There are multiple fucking addresses. Probably she lived at all of them. You know? They fucking find a little bit of information here, a little bit of information there. What I was saying there was, if you're going to have me fucking redact one frame, you probably, you know, on a closer inspection would find dozens of fucking things that were fucking horrific that were being sent to me.
Yeah, and that's obfuscation, man. You know it to be true. You know that one frame was incredibly sensitive information, and the rest of it was fucking, it was creepy as shit. But no one, well, very few people, but very few people would have touched you for that. But you know, revealing someone's fucking home information, that's not just like, you had a fucking hissy fit a second ago about me calling you by your fucking name. What about if I revealed your fucking home information?
I'm noticing a weird tactic that you use when you say
calling people by their name.
Their real name right beside it. It's in the description box of the video on your backup channel, where you use my real name. You don't even just say it; you type that way too. It's a very weird thing that you and Margaret Pless and Jenny McDermott have been doing over and over again.
It's just colluding. We're colluding against you, Michael. The world's against you, mate. What are you talking about? You paranoid fool.
Well, hold on a second.
Mr. Argument Mad Populum. Throw it back at me that way. Go check your fucking thumbs.
Oh, well, I must be right because I get thumbs up and you don't. Yeah, well, you haven't had Thunderfoot send his fucking army against you.
You just said that the world is against me when clearly it's not.
Yeah, you've got a little army of pricks who like sending you private information, home addresses and stuff.
That's one way to look at it, or maybe people have looked at all of these.
Truthful way to look at it.
One at a time, guys. Let Michael respond, please.
More faith in humanity than you, I guess.
Well, I do in general, but you don't seem to have a lot of humanity about you. Given the fact that you don't mind Jenny getting, what, murdered, raped, what, anything? Because you want it to be passed around like a playing card, right? So you don't mind what happens with that?
After what happened to me, when she fucking chatted up my girlfriend saying that I was chatting up her, insinuating that I wanted to fucking fuck her, because everybody, whoever fucking talks to Jenny McDermott, apparently wants to fuck her, right? After what I went through in my life after that, I don't give a fucking shit about her. Anything that happens to her because she engages with people on YouTube and is the fucking cunt that she is, I don't fucking give a shit.
So you don't mind if she gets raped or murdered?
Alone. I seriously give no fucking consideration to her at all.
So you don't mind if she gets raped or murdered? Just to get you on record, Michael, do you mind if she gets raped or murdered?
I don't care.
Okay.
If she really wanted to stop all of this, she'd quit being a cunt on YouTube.
Well, hold on. I would say. Raped or murdered, you don't care? Are you really sticking with that one?
After she fucking got into my fucking relationship and tried to make a rift between me and my fucking girlfriend, I don't care what fucking happens to her. You know what?
Michael,
I know. You can talk in absolutes like rape is the fucking worst thing in the world, but you know what? I saw a fucking Adam Sandler movie with Hitler being raped by a pineapple and I fucking laughed. You know why? Because Hitler's a bad person. Jenny McDermott, also a fucking bad person. Don't mind if she gets raped by a pineapple.
Yeah, but Jenny McDermott.
That was the best breaking of God's law I've ever heard.
She's worse than Hitler because it actually fucking affected me. Okay? She got in between me and my fucking girlfriend. Fuck her. She tried it with Armored Skeptic. She tried it with Coughlin. She tried it with me. The fucking things that she does, I don't fucking give a shit about what happens to her. I don't care if she goes to prison. I don't care if she gets hit by a Mack truck. I don't fucking care about her.
Micheal,
I've said goodbye to her many times because I was already at the point of not liking her. Now I hate her.
Mr. Micheal Clifton, Esquire, if I can call you that.
Right.
Can I offer you a bit of advice that you just offered to Jenny McDermott? Stop being a cunt on YouTube.
Gotcha. Okay. This is one thing that I wanted to get out of this hangout.
Okay.
I want to challenge Kevin Logan. Kevin Logan, right there.
To a race around the world.
I think that'd be a really long.
Amazing.
What I want here is another hangout 1 month from now, where we will talk about the content that is on each other's channel in that month. And just grade each other on the content that people have put out in 1 month. Because I can say goodbye to people and fucking walk away and make quality fucking content and not get fucking sucked into drama for a month. Can you?
I have no... Why am I placing that restriction on myself for you?
You don't have to. This is a challenge. You don't have to accept it.
Your challenge... Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not...
I can fucking make drama fucking free content, walk away from all of this shit for a month. I've done it before and not had fucking other people's names on my lips, you know, for a whole fucking month. Watch them fucking badmouth me, affecting my channel. But I can fucking do it.
Very strangely,
like quality fucking content. And I would like to see you in a month and have you tell me what you thought of my content, and I'll tell you what I thought of yours.
You sound very strangely like either a drug addict or an alcoholic. I can give it up any time I want. I can do... So what? What does that prove to anybody? Why do you want me to place the restriction on myself that basically for the next month, if anyone talks shit about me, I'm not allowed to respond because that's drama?
How fucking restrictive is it when you're saying that I should stop being a cunt? I can stop being a cunt for a whole fucking month, and then we can review what I did in that month, and I'll review what you did in that month.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between being a cunt and being a fucking cunt. Like, my whole channel is about being a bit of a prick with people. I've got no problem saying that. But what you do is private information.
Being a bit of
different level of cuntery.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure I think that this challenge is legitimate. Like, I mean, if Sargon of Akkad, for example, was challenged by like Thunderfoot to say, you know, let's see if you can go a month without making a video making fun of some sort of like drama or some sort of problem in social justice. I'm a scientist, and Sargon would probably rightly say, "Fuck off! I'll make whatever content I want to make." You know, like that's. I don't see that as like a legitimate challenge.
I'm not saying there's any fucking restriction on the content you make. I'm saying in 1 month, come back here and we will assess each other's content in that month.
Well, we can do that now.
Or whatever it is. We can do that.
To do like a review of my content and I review your content, fine.
Yeah.
Well, by all means, know this. If someone says shit about me and I get into drama, like I'm right in the middle of a little bit of drama with Emendum at the minute, if that continues during the next month, we'll end up talking about that possibly. But I'm not placing any restrictions on myself.
I have no restrictions for you as to who you talk about. I'll just review, you know. By all
means. By all means. But there'll be no difference between the previous month, really.
I can tell you I don't intend to talk about any of this for a month, but no restrictions on what you talk about. We'll just grade each other's content on any sort of scale of, you know, impact, of whether it was drama, how good it was for the YouTube community, any sort of aspect that you want to go at.
Now I'm just tempted to make a video every day calling you a cunt and just upload that one video every day. That would be fun.
If you can hold to that, like,
I think people might get a bit bored.
If you can hold to that, that's all this valor level discipline to make it about someone every month and say that they're a cunt. I would love to see it.
That would be cool. But I think people might get a little bit bored with that. But there you go.
And
but no, basically,
even the all this valor level of discipline has kind of fallen off since back in the day. I mean, wasn't he supposed to keep on making response videos to you until like one of you dropped dead, Kevin?
Me? Yeah, he interjected himself upon me. I'd never heard of the guy before, and he suddenly wanted to be my supervillain or my enemy or something. I was like, I don't know you. I've never talked to you in my fucking life. What? I don't know who you are, mate.
Right, and he promised you that you two would grapple until the death, and he's not holding on. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that level of discipline is quite worthy.
Well, that's the thing. He wanted to grapple, but I was. He wanted to
to.
grapple, but I was just stood still. I was just like, well, "You're grappling with nothing here. What's happening?" And then he just walked away. So, does that mean I won? I don't know. I don't think either.
But,
I don't think.
Just
I
to
don't think
kind of like bring
humanity
it back
won
to to what we're like. I don't understand the point of like grading each other's content. Like whatever, you can just assign whatever arbitrary opinion you want to it. If like the requirement is like avoiding the drama, that's fine. Like I kind of think that, especially given some of the stuff that you said here in this hangout, Agent of Doubt, like I don't know if it would be completely fair for you to be like, yeah, I'm not going to talk about this again for an entire month. It's just like,
yeah, I can tell you now.
Like a bet or a dare or a challenge. Like, I mean, you likened Jenny McDermott to Hitler and said you don't mind if she's murdered or raped. Like to say that like after this you're not going to talk about this at all. That seems
the challenge isn't whether or not you talk about it. I say that I don't intend to talk about it for a month. Talk about whatever you want. The challenge is about content. Okay?
Well, I've already challenged you to a race around the world, and you've said no, so I've won. Victory. You see what I'm doing? I'm mocking you there.
Kevin, do you have much more time? Because
fuck it. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. Because I tell you this, Michael James. His middle name James. That would have been a great guess.
But come on, don't fully throw yourself over the line of hypocrisy by doing that. I mean, he had.
No, I don't know his middle name. I guessed. That was a guess. I don't know his fucking middle name. I was just mocking him over the name thing. Anyway. Yeah, there's going to be blowback to this. You can't claim to be like some sort of moral arbiter, which you've claimed in the past, and then say you don't care. Even if you hate someone, to say you don't care if they get raped or murdered, and like you say, to compare him to fucking Hitler getting raped by a pineapple, that's mental.
Well, this is the thing, Kevin. Like we are all moral arbiters. We're all we all have to arbitrate how we're going to act. That's what this is all about.
But I'm saying Michael does this for the community as well.
Hitler never did anything personally to me. She did. Okay? Hitler's just a mark of evil that everyone seems to have universally here. Okay? Hitler never did anything
You
personally.
compared Jenny McDermott to, yeah, mental. That's craziness. Come on, you must know that.
I rate things
when you have a calm moment tonight.
Worse than things that happen to people I don't know. I don't know that that's crazy to you. But
you must know, right? You're too lucid to be insane.
So you're the fucking people in my family, all right?
You'll have a calm moment tonight. You'll be sitting there watching TV, you have a beer, and you'll think, I did like a bit of a prick today. I shouldn't have compared it to Hitler, probably. Come on, when you calm down, you'll think, I made a twat of myself there.
Well, to be fair, I think, who did you compare to Pol Pot?
Me.
Hold on a second. I had, and I'm just interjecting
No,
as a request. Excuse me, a question for Kevin, and I'm just doing this so a question. Do you care if Michael's significant other gets raped and murdered? I'm just asking you this question on behalf of someone from the chat.
Yes, absolutely I do.
Okay.
I care. There's not a person alive that I don't care if they get raped or murdered.
Okay.
Simple as that. But to just briefly, because Greyknight brought it up, I didn't compare anyone to Pol Pot. I used a weird analogy, which I sort of regret, about, I said, was it the JJ Talks, who I'm now sort of cool with, but I said that you're as much of a feminist as Pol Pot was a humanitarian, which was a sort of a jokey reference. But I didn't compare it to Pol Pot.
There is a distinction there, but okay, fair enough.
But I actually retract that now anyway, but yeah. Are we basically done here now? Have we expended all the heat and light we're going to?
Well, I actually wanted to ask if you were still going to be sticking around because I sent the link to Justin Templar, who may
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
may
I
not be
can probably
hopping
stick
in.
around. Probably stick around for another 20, 25 minutes.
That would be awesome.
Because I'd like to have a word with old fucking creepy bollocks. Because he's a mental.
I would just like to see him on video or hear his voice.
Well,
I've never heard or seen him. This is just somebody who could be anyone to me.
He's very mysterious. I can attest that I have heard his voice, and that he does not. He appears to be a real person and not some sort of very elaborate.
In circles of paranoia, I've heard some very weird things about who he could be, because any sock account could be anyone, and I've never heard his voice or seen him on video. I'd love to have both.
He sounds remarkably like George Takei.
That would be amazing.
It's actually George
Let's
Takei.
not have
taken an unhealthy interest in this corner of YouTube.
Are there any whilst we're waiting for him? Are there any questions from the chat? Because someone said you never take questions from the chat. Yeah, well, I'm talking. I can't fucking read your shit as well. Like, are there any questions? I don't know.
I'm more or less monitoring the chat. Do you want me to pull questions from the chat?
Ask Kevin what he thinks of a non-MRA, non-Gamergator, non-anti-Gamergator taking interest in documenting all this shit on Kiwi forums. So, yeah, what do you think of people documenting all this shit on Kiwi forums?
Well, I can't speak for everyone on Kiwi forums because I'm not a regular there, but it does seem like quite a creepy place, to be honest. Filled with some people who need outside activities, let's say.
Are you a comic book guy, Kevin?
Not really, no.
Well, there was a really interesting, but in the turn of the century back then, they were making really good Justice League of America comics. I think it was Mark Waid was working on it. I'm terrible with names. It might have been him, but anyway, there's a great Batman-centered Justice League storyline called The Tower of Babel. And the whole point of it was that Batman, in his machinations and schemes, had come up with a way basically to take down every single person in the Justice League of America, just in case. And of course, one thing leads to another, and those plans end up in Ra's al Ghul's hands, and hilarious hijinks follow.
Batman.
But this is the thing where I'm going with this. Like, some people might see Kiwi Farms as creepy. Other people might see it as unfortunate but necessary. Because sometimes you have to have a plan for what to do if, the Flash decides to just fucking go crazy and start murdering everybody. Like, what the fuck how do you even deal with that shit? Like, you have to have a plan.
I think people, as I was suggesting earlier, I think maybe my message got a bit mixed with the breaking of legs metaphor. I think, and I know it was a metaphor, I know he's not actually talking about breaking anyone's legs, but when you start adding in that kind of visual to what is some dickheads on a webcam, that's all we are on YouTube. Unless you're one of the professionals with millions of subscribers and you actually do this for a proper living and you make a fortune, we're just dickheads with webcams talking about stuff. Let's not over-dramatise it. We're not the Flash murdering people. We're just talking about ideas and people and news.
Right. But
I don't feel like it's an over-dramatization as much as it is a tactic or a philosophy. Much like when I made a different statement on Twitter, and Greyknight said, "Sweep the leg," which is an obvious reference to me to the Karate Kid. Don't show any mercy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another metaphor. It's violent, but it's a more about a tactic or philosophy and how to deal with people.
Doesn't that come from baseball? Sweep the leg.
No, I don't think so.
What am I thinking of?
It was something that the bad Cobra Kai instructor told to the guy who wasn't Johnny. Yeah.
No, I know. I've seen that film, but I thought it was a baseball thing where aren't you supposed to run through the catcher or something?
Well, you could slide into him, but I don't think it's described as sweeping the leg.
the analogy there that would be comparable would be cleats first. If you're sliding into the catcher, make sure your cleats get him in the knee so that he drops the ball.
Who the fuck would play catching? Mental. Like, the best you can do is catch the ball. That's all you can do. Otherwise, you're going to get into your face. Even with a fucking face mask on, if that ball hits you in the face, that's going to fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've played cricket, and they play with a box, which is like a cup, basically. And even if it hits you there, and you're wearing a cup, basically all that stops you from doing is not being able to have kids. It still hurts just as much. It's horrific.
It's just that the pain is more evenly distributed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes you feel sick, though.
Oh, sure. I don't know who I have blocked. Yeah, it looks like Justin's having trouble joining in.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So, I should explain that. That exasperation, Michael was having some issues earlier, and so we started like half hour late. And so, basically, my shitty little laptop and my lack of any kind of IT skills, and I got in fine. So I suppose it's pot luck in a way, because the Google Hangout system, for those who don't know, is temperamental at best.
It apparently was a cookie on my end that wasn't allowing me to join the room, and as soon as I rebooted my computer, it worked.
Don't set up fat jokes for me with cookies and things. Come on. You're asking for it. That's what's happening there. Bit of victim blaming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're listening to this, Justin, then reset all your cookies.
Yes.
And if you're listening to this, Justin, stop being a cunt on YouTube. And everywhere else.
Shots fired. See, this is the problem. Now he can't defend himself, and I'm going to feel bad.
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not like he's got a YouTube channel and a fucking Twitter page and a Facebook page that he can fucking dox people on all day long, and he does. Look, what does that dude do for like a living or whatever? And I know he's not here to defend himself, but fuck it, we've offered him the opportunity to be here to defend himself. What does he do?
Well, maybe we could put, it's just to keep the conversation going amongst us, and maybe to put this in, the Tower of Babel conversation in a better context. I think the reason why people went after, Laughing Witch and Jenny McDermott and Bewildered Ape is because they used private information about somebody, specifically Thunderfoot, in order to try and, fuck with him in real life, to take the fight off the internet.
A year earlier, it was Thunderfoot that decided to dredge that shit up. Even though
I don't understand what that even means in the context of why that's wrong. Why does time matter?
And I wasn't aware there was a statute of limitations on some.
No, there isn't. But my point being is
bringing shit into real life. I'll have to agree with Greyknight here, and that's something you got to expect, Kevin.
Right, just set the time frame aside for a second.
For whatever reason, decided to turn it up to 11. And people started saying, okay, we're going to turn it up to 12.
Yeah, but the point being, it's not about the time so much in the sense that it's there is no statute of limitations. But to his own admission, it had no impact on his life whatsoever. So why, after that length of time, when if it had reacted straight away and said, oh, this thing has happened, why did he dredge it up 11 months later?
Can I explain something? And this kind of dovetails into what assholes like AIU do and whatnot. It's not just him that's in the firing line. Because when you do shit like that, you have a chilling effect on everybody else who's on the internet. It's because am I going to be the next guy?
Well, I would argue
there's a lot of people and that's why I joined in on the on that end. Well, because that's where I see it. When you do crap like that, you're making those tactics acceptable, or saying this is okay, we're changing the rules, and that also means they can be used against you. You've justified them being used against you.
With Thunderfoot the whole time, right? People say, oh, you blame Thunderfoot for too much, Kev. I say that a lot of this wave of doxing at the end of 2015 into 2016 is, at least in part, down to Thunderfoot lighting that fuse. If he had not started this whole thing with Laughing, Laughing which started the offline shit, and I disagree with that, by the way, and just for the record, I was no part of that, and I don't support the letter writing campaign. But for Thunderfoot to react in the way he did, so long after it had initially happened, was vindictive, and he waited until Laughing Witch's information became available for them to do that, so that it could have maximum impact, and that is what I consider to have had the chilling effect on this community, and allowed cover, both intellectual and in terms of popularity, to absolute fucking pricks like Dirk Bream, and I would argue Michael.
That's really on Laughing Witch. She's the one who raised that level. I'm putting it all on her. There were other people involved.
He put it to 400,000 people. No one
matter.
Did you not before he made those videos? Before he had made those videos, did you even know that letter writing campaign had taken place?
Yes, actually, I did.
Yeah.
I was aware of it.
I would argue that you're
yes, I was.
There. Very few people watched.
I had, but I forgot, and he reminded me.
Baby, this is us. Like we pay attention to this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But
and the thing is, you're missing my.
There's a little credit.
Okay. Well, all right. Everybody's talking over each other. I'll let the conversation go on. I'll mute again. I put that buzz out there, so please go on.
If I may, I agree that Thunderfoot's actions have contributed to the type of community that we have right now, and that really did flavor everything that followed. And yes, he did do the things that he did with the information that he got for maximum effectiveness, and he waited until he had enough information to do it, yes. Something I just heard was Kevin saying what has been purported to be the real name of Justin Templar.
Yeah.
Along the same lines of me not caring if one particular person in the world has anything happen to them.
It's okay. She's only one person. It's fine.
Well, this is one person that I've had interactions with that were bad, and that is why. But okay. You've had bad interactions with Justin Templar. What I want to say to you now is, how do you know that the name that you just said was actually his? Because I have heard...
Because he's being doxxed.
Yeah, I have actually heard that he was misdoxed.
Is his name not, then? The name I just mentioned?
Yeah. I've heard from other people and from him that was a misdoxing, and that was actually someone he knew. And so there's a person out there who's having their name dragged through the mud, who probably isn't even a YouTuber, whose other information, like their age, which is significantly higher than most YouTubers, has been put out there. So this old, cranky person
How'd you know they're cranky?
is now given this reputation of being all of these things.
Well, that's on whoever the fuck Justin Templar actually is, then, for using someone else's fucking name.
Or is it on the people who didn't really research the information that they got and they started doxing the wrong person?
Okay, well, whoever... I mean, let's call him Mohammed Singh.
We don't know that that's his name or not.
Okay, let's call him Mohammed, then. Mohammed Templar, or whatever his fucking name is, right? Whoever this person is...
Actually, his real name.
That'd be amazing if his name was Mohammed Templar. For the historical reference of the Crusades, for anyone who gets that joke. Whoever Justin Templar is should not have used this other person's name. Or should have made up a completely, like called himself Mohammed or whatever, you know.
Actually, the way that name was brought to light was somebody who was tracking IP addresses on Justin Templar, and it is the case that whoever is the owner of the modem, whoever has the account with the cable company, will have their name come up with the IP address, not maybe the person who is using it. So if he was sharing a modem with someone, that person, you know, back in the day when he had that IP address tracked, before he started using Tor, you know, that person is now on the hook for everything that he's doing. And a person who I don't even think is an internet anything is now being kind of slandered for what Justin Templar's done. It's a weird kind of cover, because if everyone believes that that's his name, and they keep repeating it over and over again, they get everyone to believe that that's his name. If it isn't, that's an awesome cover he has now. Just saying. It's free reign to use someone else's ID to continue doing what he was doing. And maybe people should dig a little bit further before they continue to use that name, and maybe find some corroborating evidence that that's him.
I'm going to start calling him Mohammed from now on. Mohammed Templar. That's his name. I've given it to him. Well, that's the thing. I don't fucking dig for information.
Less syllables. What's the problem with Justin?
When I knew what I knew about that possibly...
It's funny, Greyknight. Come on.
When I knew what I knew about that possibly not being his name, it was hilarious to me to find Margaret Pless talking about that name the same way that she calls Sargon of Akkad Karl. You know, this weird...
That's his fucking name. That's it. How is that weird? That's his name. What?
The weird idiosyncrasy of always attaching both names together over and over again. It's very present in that circle, and
because we're all conspiring.
When I saw his name repeated over and over again, and knowing that it's probably not his name, I was like, wow. You know, just like people say that I tried to be like Woodward and Bernstein and failed. Here's somebody who has a little bit of journalistic integrity amongst that circle, and she might be losing it, unbeknownst to her, because she's repeating the wrong name.
Yeah, that doesn't involve any sort of conspiracy. I mean, like, if you just see someone in your circle of friends doing something as a matter of course in interacting with other people, vis-a-vis, like, using someone's screen name interchangeably with their real name in a purposeful way so that anybody seeing one will associate it with the other. Other people could spontaneously just start doing that because it's somebody else in their group that's doing it. Like, no one has to conspire with anyone and say, like, we're doing this, it's a thing now.
It's not a conspiracy, it's just an idiosyncrasy that followed amongst Jenny, Kevin, and Idle Dilettante.
Yeah, Idle Dilettante, Margaret Pless. It's come up. The name's come up a couple of times before.
Greyknight. Didn't you just call her Margaret Pless the Idle Dilettante? Isn't that the same thing? Are you part of the conspiracy now, Greyknight? Is that what's happening here?
Well played. Well played. No, but she makes it clear that well, as far as I know, those are both screen names. You know, and it's clear that that's who she is because, like, it's her Twitter name, and she tweets out that this is my account. You know, this is the pen name that I write under when I write for these publications. Okay.
You don't have to defend yourself. It was just a silly joke.
But yeah, well, here's the thing. You're going after Mike, but what about her? She's done, almost exactly the same thing, and arguably on a larger platform than he'll ever enjoy. So, what's up with that?
Did she at any point release the home address of Mohammed Templar?
I don't believe so. I mean,
it's not the same fucking thing.
Not publicly, not as her, not as herself, but like she certainly put people onto looking for information on these different people. Like she made it public when he had been hacked.
Okay. Well, that's not quite the same thing, though, is it? I'm not. By the way, I'm not defending her. I know her sort of in an internet sense as an acquaintance. And she's all right with me. I've got no problem with her. But I'm not defending her specific actions with regard to Mohammed Templar. But
when I say like the same thing, pointing people in the direction of like how to land blows that someone will feel in real life, as opposed to like through the proxy of their online personality. Like that's the thing that I think at least I take exception to, and I think is a little bit beyond what's done.
So you agree with me that Michael doing that to Bewildered Ape was fucked up, right?
No, because Tower of Babel. Like, I think that he had crossed that threshold, at least for me. Like, he was a person who was striking out at people from behind a shield of anonymity. He thought that he was untouchable, and he's wrong. And after that was demonstrated to him, he's gotten real quiet, hasn't he?
I don't think he's going to make videos anymore. He still comments, He's still in the comment sections, but I don't think
because I think he's a fucking sociopath, and he should probably just keep to himself and try not to like murder children and store heads in his fucking freezer, because he strikes me as that sort.
Well, he's got to have some outlet. Jesus, you can't let him have his fucking heads in the freezer.
Take up oil painting.
Yeah, it's either that, it's oil painting, fly fishing, or heads in the freezer.
He's got 2 out of 3 options. That's not bad.
Yeah, fly fishing's boring.
It's true. It's true.
Well, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself, man. That's serious zen. Now I hate you all.
I was joking. I go fishing.
I know.
It's one of my things.
But still, don't ever talk smack about fishing.
I'll talk smack.
Oh, then it's on, Logan. It's you and me, cousin.
Don't get on your perch. Oh yes, fish jokes. Sorry. Oh. Anyway,
well, I don't know if Justin's actually going to be able to make it here. I don't know whether it's because you have him blocked or something. Something's going on.
I don't think I have him blocked. Certainly not on this channel, because, like I say, we had this discussion when we were waiting for Micheal Clifton, esquire, aka Agent of Doubt. The conspiracy lives on. Whilst we were waiting for him, I explained that on this new channel, which I'm doing videos on, I haven't blocked anyone because I've only been using it for like 2 weeks, so I don't think I have him blocked.
We're joined.
I'll give him another 5 or 10 minutes.
We're joined by Inigo Montoya, aka.
I thought that was Inigo Streisand.
Yeah,
Barbara Montoya.
Possibly Barbara Streisand. I'm not exactly sure who this is.
If that's the actual picture of Barbara Streisand, she is. Wow, time has not been friendly to her.
I don't know. Nice hair, full mustache.
Killer
Yeah.
mustache. I don't think
the laser-like stare.
I don't think those words mean what you think they mean.
It's a very handsome smile.
Yeah, it's Mexa.
Identify yourself.
Unknown target. Identify yourself or be destroyed. This is your last warning.
Maybe we've got a mime artist in the room.
Well, then turn on your camera at least, because it's the
no
most
shit.
boring fucking mime show I've ever seen in my life.
Doesn't really work, does it?
Well, maybe it's an incredibly good human statue. Not moving at all. Amazing.
It's funny you mention that, because I've seen I was watching a hangout earlier this week, and I couldn't tell whether Tommy from the Bronx was live or just like he was just substituting a picture of himself sometimes.
Yeah. He does look like he's in a coma sometimes.
Well, I wasn't going there with that, but I was going to say just remarkable motor control. I think we
let's start big. Let's break the month without fucking drama and say, fuck you, Tommy from the Bronx. Come at me, bro.
There you go. That's some drama I'll watch. Get out the boxing gloves.
Apparently that was our friend Muhammad Templar. And his microphone was not working. So
Mo.
Mo, if you can hear me, just refresh the page. Usually that'll clear up microphone problems, provided your settings are all correct.
Yeah, hurry the fuck up as well.
Babs, you with me, girl?
Babs, you got a voice like butter.
Oh, this is ridiculous. If anyone's still listening to this, it's on you now.
I know.
I've had plenty of time to duck out at this point.
I don't know. Everybody seems to be having technical difficulties today.
Except for me, for a change.
And me, for a change. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe
fucking get some professionalism, you plebs.
Smelly peasants. Mind your manners.
Garbage all around.
If I could address the question that Beach read from the comments about the usefulness of Kiwi Farms and Baphomet and Encyclopedia Dramatica, I feel like it's different for Eurocentric people than it is for Americentric people, because here in America we have, Jerry Springer and all sorts of drama that people enjoy, and over in Europe, there's actually like laws where in some countries you can sue a website to have all reference of you taken down in sort of a reputation bankruptcy to get a tabula rasa out of life. You can get away from things haunting you from the past. And what those sites do is they keep everyone associated with every previous drama that they've ever been a part of, and they make it impossible to get back to anonymity without, making a sock account where you never reveal even your voice. One such instance would be Brett Keane, who went so far with one of his 50 flagged down channels to use voice-changing software to even make it like he wasn't him, to try to start again, and he let the wrong person know about it, in a little PM to try to keep one of his friends, and that one friend sold him out, and he couldn't even, change his voice and maintain staying away from his history. So there's this feeling in America that you should always be associated with every drama that you have always been a part of, and that it's part of an ongoing story, and that's great that these sites exist. But in Europe, there's movements to make laws so that people can have a clean start, and it's a very different attitude that they have over there.
All right, I just got a couple of screen caps. I don't want this to be like hold on a second. I don't want this to be like I'm blindsiding you, but I just wanted to set this up. It's a couple of screen caps that were sent to us from Exiled. Oh my God, custom area. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Oh, speaking of technical difficulties.
Well, I can't make the pictures appear that quickly. But
I'll try to carry some more conversation.
Actually,
yes.
I'd like to ask Kevin a question on a topical subject, if we can just have an aside for a minute. What do you think about the decision with Elliot in Canada?
In general, I'm supportive of not imprisoning people for dumb shit on Twitter, by and large. I mean, I don't. I think the move toward trying to eliminate the extremes of troll culture, and obviously legislation is always far behind, the actual movement of such things. But I think that move in general is good. But it's strange because I don't trust governments to get the balance right. But I think they should try and do something, if that makes sense. But in general, I don't want people being put in fucking prison for nonsense, basically. I mean, he's a prick. He's a prick. I don't like what he fucking said, but I don't think you should go to prison for it.
All right, very good.
Just
thought I'd throw that out there while Gray got his shit together.
I had it together, and then you just fucking ran over me, but it's all right. Still love you. So here we go. This is first. Okay. First, the two screenshots. For anyone who can't read, LOL. This is from Aldous Valor. In that case, this concerned third party could possibly provide the crucial evidence the authorities would need to know in order to identify the individual who illegally hacked Justin Templar's email. Perhaps you should let everyone know who this third party is so that justice can be served. Your response is basically, do you want to help the authorities lock up Thunderfoot for his economic sabotage? Came the dawn. Not even going to fucking give her a single bit of time because I think that person's a lunatic.
A valued Kevin Logan subscriber, I'll have you know.
Fair enough.
That's his demographic.
Shout outs, yeah.
Ours too. Come on, be fair.
Oh, that low hanging fruit. Oh, you. You said you warned Jenny to get fucked over. Oh, you wanted Jenny to get fucked over, but that you were basically too chicken shit to do the dirty work yourself. This is a response to all this. All this responds. Oh, so that means you've seen images that had never been posted publicly. That means one of two things. You know the identity of the individual who legally hacked Justin Templar's email account, or two, you did it yourself. Yeah, I don't know if that's still the right order that I was supposed to show that in, but
Yeah, I believe so.
yeah, nope. It was passed to you by a concerned third party. I'm not exactly sure. Like I thought we had addressed this before, but
Yeah,
but yeah,
right at the top of the show.
just hone in on your last comment. Why you think it's okay that they got hacked?
No, I don't think it's okay they got hacked.
Okay.
At no point did I say that was the case, and I don't believe
Alright.
it.
I believe it was implicit in you reposting what was the fruit of it.
Yeah, I mean there's that argument.
No, I think once the information's out there, like with me calling you Micheal Clifton, the information's out there.
Everything that was in what was posted in that video that is the crux of this conversation here was already posted out there on Baphomet and Kiwi Farms. Every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but in the video I did, I didn't reveal.
Excuse.
In the video I did not reveal anyone's home address, and I think that's the very significant fucking difference.
Home address that were already out there.
Okay.
The
question.
So you helped disseminate it to a wider audience, bro.
My questions to Kevin. The questions to Kevin. Let him answer, please.
Oh, go ahead.
What question? I don't know.
Well, basically, what's
I think we tried
presented.
that.
Yeah. Okay. We covered it.
We're joined by potentially Justin Templar, if their mic is working.
Their mic. Oh, we saw a bit of forehead.
It's your forehead.
It's my forehead.
Respect the pronouns, Kevin. Come on.
All right, I'm sorry, Mo. Oh, it's me. What the fuck?
It is totally you. Yeah,
How is that happening?
This probably is not actually Justin Templar. Going to give you like
It's my
15
phone.
seconds to once again identify yourself and begin speaking.
Fuck you, Justin. You've taken up so much of this time, and we've talked shit for about 20 minutes.
We don't know if it actually is Justin or.
Okay, well, just generally.
No, they've
one of our Mary prank. One of our Mary. Yeah, one of our Mary.
No. They're saying that is them, but their microphone is not working.
Well, buy some.
That is him, and his microphone ain't working.
Maybe if you spent less time trying to dox people and more time trying to actually work out how fucking microphones work, you prick. And I know he's not here to defend himself, but get in touch on Twitter.
Well,
I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to dock you for that one, Kevin.
And maybe it's for the best that like we leave this for another time, because you do have work that's like fast approaching, and I think you should probably not have your real life suffer just because you want to shout at Justin Templar.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to shout at Justin Templar.
Save that for another day. I'm sure we'll arrange something.
Yeah, maybe even tonight or tomorrow or whatever. If you'd like to still do that, and Justin would like to do that.
Certainly not tonight, because like I say, I work overnight.
Yeah.
Right. I could maybe do tomorrow if he's around.
Nah, I'll give you some time, day or two.
Well, it's your call. I mean, you've still got like
we'll
an hour
airdrop
and a half until you have to punch in, as it were.
We'll
airdrop. If you want to give them
how I'm dressed, I've got a shower and iron shirts. And
you're lovely the way you are, man. You could just roll in there.
Well, yes, but contractually, I'm obliged not to turn up like this. So, such is life. Anyway,
fucking capitalists, they ruin all our fun. Anyway,
exactly.
Well, I guess we could just leave it there, and we'll pick this up tomorrow or another time later this week, and have another happy shouting fest
between us, between Kevin and I. Can you see the chair behind him? It looks like brown leather.
It is.
That's amazing. We have something in common.
Yeah.
Well, that's standard evil henchman gear, so.
You can't see the bald cat I'm stroking next to me as well.
Yeah.
Brown leather chairs are what's going to bring the world together.
That's right.
But think of the poor cows.
So, yeah, leave it to you guys. Well, I mean, it could be faux leather, right? Pleather. But no, I'm going to leave it to you guys.
It's dead animal. This is dead animal I'm sitting on right now.
Good.
Just get that fucking animals right now.
Apex predator, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. Apex predator that just buys it from the fucking shop.
That's right.
Hunting, fuck that.
So you guys just I know we kind of diverged a little bit from the main topic of contention, but if you guys have any last words, final below the belt shots, maybe hugs and kisses, so we can end this on a happy note. I'd obviously prefer that we end the party in peace, but just
my final
guys,
words.
however you want to leave it, just have your last words.
My
Kevin's
final
obviously
words
chomping
would
at the bit
be-
at first.
My final words would be: subscribe to my channel, or I will hunt you down and kill every one of you.
There you go.
And he has
Spoken like a
people who
true
will send
villain.
you your docs, so he can make good on that. He knows hackers. They'll find you.
Well, I do, but
Hackers.
unfortunately, we do know a hacker, but unfortunately, his fucking microphone doesn't work, so maybe I won't be able to get in touch with him. You know?
Oh, I see what
Another
you did.
low.
Fucking burn.
Below the belt. All right. Is that it? Or we can get
My
Mike's last
words
one. Yeah.
I came here with two intentions. One was to entertain for Greyknight because I owe him many favors, and the second one to put the just simple challenge to Kevin about content over a month, and so I do want to see him back here.
Okay, yeah, I've got no problem with that. I thought for a second when you said, I came here for two reasons, I thought you were going to do I came here for two reasons, to kick ass and take names. I'm done taking names.
Boom.
I've run out of
Why to go, but...
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we fucking done.
I think we're
Yeah,
fucking
man.
done. We're pretty fucking done. Thanks everybody for
Shower,
watching.
you're stinking up the place.
Yeah, go hit the showers, guys. It's a good show. It's another one in the can. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other Blue Chat
Follow
channel.
me on Twitter.
Follow all these fuckers on Twitter. They've all got Twitters.
Except
They're all
Greyknight. Don't follow Greyknight, he's a dickhead. No, just ignore him.
Yeah, and
I got that
I'll
asshole
double
blocked.
drop you anyway. Yeah. Or
I'm only
like
joking,
follow me
by the
and follow me and mute. So like it's just like that passive aggressive block. It's just like, oh, I have a friend, but you don't really. Yeah.
Well, do that thing where you say, oh, you're
That's
a prick.
what I do to everybody else anyway. So yeah, I'll catch you all on the next Blue Chat, and thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for participating, and have a good one.